welcome back to another one of my videos. Something a little different for you today. My friend had asked me to sew and create some lace cap sleeves for her wedding dress. I was really excited to do this for her and thought, hey, might be a fun filming opportunity to share something a little different with you guys. She had come over for a fitting where I draped some fabric and we created a nice rough silhouette for her. So that draped fabric you're seeing is actually my pattern piece for this. And I am making some changes to it. I'm just eyeballing it after seeing it on her. I wanted a little bit more width in some areas. So that's what I'm just doing here as I cut out the actual base silhouette for her. So here it is, and I just wanted to play with this one more time, the little shape right here. I thought it just needs to be a little bit smaller after I looked at it, so I'm just truing that out. Next, I'm taking out the lace appliques. There's a left and right side because we want it to be symmetrical on both sides of the lace cap sleeve. They usually need a really good press after being in a bag, so I'm just pressing them so they're not wrinkled or anything. Next, I'm going to take the applique and create individual smaller pieces of lace. This is really an organic experience for me. I just go with what I think looks pretty, which I think is going to look nice onto the actual base silhouette of the cap sleeves on that tulle material. So you're going to just see me playing around with different ideas with little lace appliques and just kind of making some really pretty designs. I usually start off with quite a few pieces before I actually start putting the fabric onto the tulle. That way I have some ideas to play around with before I start to cut out some more lace appliques. It gives me more of a direction of where I want to go with. Then I'm going to pin some of the lace appliques on as a rough starting point and kind of gives me a direction of where I want the design to go with. So you'll just see me continuing to cut out some pieces and playing around roughly with the base idea of the design. Next, I'm going to grab my magnetic magic wand, keeps my pins in place, and head over to my table where I'm going to continue placing the lace applique onto my tulle silhouette. So this can take quite some time as I'm playing around. It's kind of like an artist who's painting. You want to try to do some sketches first. So for me, this is my sketching where I'm putting down lace appliques and I'm kind of seeing how they connect, how they work together. I might start to continue to cut out different pieces of lace where I see it might need smaller pieces or a bigger piece. So again, it's a very organic experience and I kind of just play around with things. Once I like something, I'll pin it in place. I also do like to measure because I want everything to be symmetrical, and definitely measuring is important to make sure things are lining up where they should. I love having the little petal-like details kind of coming off out of the tulle. But some of them can be a little long. So that piece was a little long, so I've just cut it off. And again, continuing to add in pieces where it needs, filling up some empty space, but also leaving some open space because her dress actually has a lot of open design on it within the lace. So I kind of wanted to echo that here in the straps. Next, I'm going to take some dark colored thread to baste. So I'm basically removing the pins in replacement of big stitches that I do. This just makes it easier when I actually start hand sewing around the lace. It's not getting caught on all the pins. And then I'm actually going to start hand sewing. So this is very time consuming, but it's really fun for me and I really do enjoy it. I find it very relaxing. So basically I'm going around the edges of the lace. And as you can imagine, this does, like I said, take quite some time. So here you can see I'm kind of halfway. I have some pieces sewn down. So where you see the pulled out thread, that's where I had sewn down. And where you see the big loose stitches, that's where I still need to sew. So I'll just show you some shots of me doing that. When I have quite a few pieces secured on and actually sewn down, I usually head over to my couch or to a comfortable area and turn on some music or watch a TV show, a movie as I work around the lace. So this part's really enjoyable. I really like it, and it's really where you start to see everything kind of come to life. Once everything is sewn down, I'm going to head over to my iron and press. And they usually say 90% of sewing is in the pressing. So that's where the most important part of sewing is the pressing. And it's totally true. So I'm pressing this just to make it look nice. And you can really see all the bubbles and everything are going away. I'm making this nice and smooth. Next, I'm going to drape the sleeves over the mannequin I have at home. This just gives me an idea if there's any parts that I've missed sewing on. Maybe there's a detail I don't like. Maybe I need to add an extra piece of lace here and there. This just gives me a really good time to really check everything out, see if I want to add or take away anything. Usually at this point though, it's not taking away, it's more so trimming things, trimming loose threads, maybe adding an extra piece of lace if it needs it. So I definitely really take my time on this part. Here I saw something that needed to be sewn down, so I put a pin to mark that, and now I'm just inspecting the back. Now I'm sewing down any pieces that I had marked. I like actually doing this right on the mannequin because as I'm sewing I might notice something else. So it's good because you get that three-dimensional look of it on the mannequin, and certain things just pop out at you as you're working away on it. So I'm just sewing, sewing, sewing. Now all that's left is to do the final fitting, so I'm actually packing this up to take over to my friend's house where she's going to try it on with her actual wedding dress. And all that's really left is just to sew on the hook and eyes. So these straps are going to be detachable, so the hooks and eyes make it really easy for her to take it on and off on her wedding day, and gives her the option for 2 looks. So I wasn't really able to film when I was doing the fittings, so I just took some photos so I can show you guys how they look with her dress without giving too much of the dress away. It was such an honor to create these beautiful lace straps for her. She looks so stunning, and as I'm doing this narration, it's actually her wedding day today, so I'm really excited. She's just so wonderful, so I'm really happy I had the pleasure of creating these for her. And I hope you guys enjoyed seeing something a little different from me video-wise. Anyway, take care and see you in the next video.